In today's video, we're counting down the worst cars to buy. These are the vehicles that have earned their spot on this infamous list thanks to poor performance, shocking reliability issues, and buyer regret stories you won't believe. We'll reveal which models to avoid, the hidden flaws dealerships don't want you to know about, and most importantly, how you can save yourself from a costly mistake. Let's get started. Number 17, BMW X2. The BMW X2 is a vehicle that prioritizes style over substance, but even its styling choices come at the cost of practicality and functionality. The X2 also struggles with value. Its base price is higher than that of the BMW X1, yet it offers less space, comfort, and utility. Adding options quickly inflates the cost, making the X2 one of the more expensive choices in its class, without delivering the features or performance to justify the price tag. Competitors like the Mercedes-Benz GLA offer better overall packages at similar or lower prices. Even within BMW's own lineup, the X1 presents a more sensible alternative with greater interior space, better practicality, and a more refined driving experience. Number 16, Fiat 500X. The Fiat 500X stands as one of the most problematic entries in the compact SUV market, consistently ranking among the worst vehicles available for purchase. What makes the 500X particularly problematic is its poor value proposition. The combination of high maintenance costs, frequent repairs, and rapid depreciation makes it a financial liability. One of the most concerning aspects of the 500X is its brake system. In a vehicle designed for family transportation, unreliable braking performance represents an unacceptable safety risk. Other problems include malfunctioning windows and door locks to more serious issues affecting the vehicle's core systems. Adding to these concerns are the significant suspension problems that plague the 500X. The 500X's suspension issues lead to an uncomfortable riding experience and potentially dangerous handling characteristics, particularly in emergency maneuvers or adverse weather conditions. The platform sharing between the Fiat 500X and the Jeep Renegade proves particularly telling, as both vehicles suffer from similar issues. The Renegade's documented problems with reliability, fuel economy, and high maintenance costs mirror those found in the 500X, suggesting fundamental issues with the underlying platform design. Number 15, Jeep Renegade. Let's start with fuel economy, or rather, the lack thereof. The fuel economy of the Renegade is particularly frustrating. In an era where even larger SUVs are achieving impressive efficiency numbers, the Renegade's subpar fuel economy feels like a step backward. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of Renegade ownership is the frequency of mechanical issues. These aren't just minor inconveniences. We're talking about problems that can leave you stranded or facing significant repair bills. The vehicle's shared platform with the notoriously unreliable Fiat 500X and 500L speaks volumes. When three vehicles built on the same platform all exhibit similar reliability issues, it points to fundamental problems with the basic architecture. Regular maintenance on a Renegade often turns into a costly affair, with simple services frequently revealing additional problems that need addressing. This creates a snowball effect where each visit to the mechanic becomes more expensive than the last. For a vehicle in this price range, the total cost of ownership is disproportionately high. What might seem like a good deal at purchase quickly becomes a financial burden as the ownership costs pile up. Number 14, Mazda CX-30. The Mazda CX-30 is a stylish and well-designed compact SUV that initially seems like a strong contender in its segment. With its sleek exterior, upscale feeling interior, and Mazda's reputation for fun-to-drive vehicles, the CX-30 is an attractive option on paper. However, upon closer inspection, this SUV is plagued with issues that make it a less than ideal choice. One of the primary criticisms of the CX-30 is that it exists to fill a gap that didn't need filling. Positioned between the Mazda 3 and CX-5, the CX-30 seems redundant, offering little that isn't already available in these other models. It doesn't provide the spaciousness or utility of the CX-5, nor does it have the agility and practicality of the Mazda 3. The paint is prone to chipping and swirling, particularly on the darker colors. The black plastic cladding, meant to give the vehicle a rugged appearance, is known to fade and discolor quickly, giving the car a prematurely worn look. These cosmetic flaws are compounded by reports of buzzing headlights and unreliable keyless entry systems, small annoyances that quickly add up. While the cabin initially impresses with its premium materials and clean layout, long-term ownership reveals a host of quality control issues. Rattles from the dashboard, pillars, and door panels are common, with many owners noting they get worse in extreme temperatures. The driving experience, a traditional Mazda stronghold, is another area where the CX-30 stumbles. While the steering feels precise, the ride quality is overly firm, trying too hard to balance between sporty and comfortable, but succeeding at neither. Practicality is another weak point. The rear seats are cramped, making the CX-30 less suitable for families. The cargo space is also below average for its class, with a high load lip that complicates loading larger items. Number 13. Nissan Pathfinder. The Nissan Pathfinder stands as a prime example of how a once respected nameplate can fall from grace due to persistent mechanical issues and reliability concerns. What began as a rugged, dependable SUV has evolved into a vehicle that consistently ranks among the worst choices in the used car market, primarily due to one critical flaw: its problematic, continuously variable transmission. The CVT issue isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a fundamental flaw that has plagued multiple generations of the Pathfinder. The problems typically manifest as hesitation, shuddering, complete failure, or even sudden loss of power, scenarios that are not just inconvenient but potentially dangerous, especially when occurring at highway speeds. CVT repairs or replacements aren't cheap. They can easily run into thousands of dollars. What makes this particularly frustrating is that these issues often occur just after the warranty period expires, leaving owners to bear the full cost of repairs. This creates a situation where the total cost of ownership can quickly exceed the vehicle's value. While the Pathfinder does offer some positive attributes, such as a spacious interior and comfortable seating, these benefits are overshadowed by its mechanical shortcomings. It's worth noting that competitors like the Mazda CX-5 and Subaru Outback offer similar utility without the reliability concerns. Number 12. Land Rover Discovery. As one of the most problematic luxury SUVs on the market, it perfectly illustrates how premium pricing doesn't always equate to premium reliability. The reliability issues are so significant that they've contributed to Land Rover being ranked as the second worst brand overall for 2024 by Consumer Reports. This isn't an isolated problem with the Discovery, it's indicative of broader quality control issues across the brand. The fact that Land Rover doesn't have a single vehicle on Consumer Reports' best list speaks volumes about the manufacturer's struggles with reliability. The vehicle's technology and design are also showing their age. The infotainment system, with its reliance on touch-sensitive controls, feels outdated and can be frustrating to use. Even the second-row legroom, which should be generous in a vehicle of this size, falls short compared to competitors. When compared to rivals like the BMW X7 and Audi Q7, the Discovery's shortcomings become even more apparent. These competitors offer more agile handling, smoother rides, and better body control through corners. Number 11. Infiniti QX50. At the heart of the QX50's problems lies its ambitious but flawed powertrain. The turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine with variable compression technology sounds impressive on paper, but in reality, it's proven to be a mechanical headache. This engine, shared with the equally troubled Nissan Rogue, is prone to serious internal bearing and link damage that can lead to catastrophic failure. It's the kind of engineering complexity that seems to exist more for marketing materials than real-world benefits. The driving experience further undermines the QX50's luxury pretensions. The relationship between engine, transmission, and throttle feels uncoordinated and frustrating. When compared to competitors like the Mercedes-Benz GLC, Acura RDX, or Lexus NX, the QX50's shortcomings become even more apparent. These rivals offer more refined driving experiences, more reliable powertrains, and more contemporary technology packages. Even within the Infiniti lineup, the QX50 falls short, sitting a clear step below the QX60 in terms of design and execution. Number 10. Ford Bronco Sport. While Ford aimed to capture the rugged essence of the original Bronco in a smaller package, what they've delivered is a vehicle plagued by potentially dangerous engine problems and disappointing performance. At the heart of the Bronco Sport's troubles lies its problematic 1.5-liter EcoBoost engine. This power plant has proven to be far more trouble than it's worth, with a particularly alarming issue involving cracking fuel injectors that can lead to engine fires, a serious safety issue that has forced Ford to issue recalls. The engine issues become even more concerning when considering long-term ownership. The high number of engine replacements under warranty raises serious questions about the vehicle's long-term viability. When a vehicle requires requires frequent engine replacements. While still under warranty, it doesn't bode well for reliability once that warranty expires. Number 9. Jeep Grand Cherokee, Wrangler, and all Jeep's 4xe models. The Jeep 4xe lineup attempts to merge Jeep's legendary off-road reputation with cutting-edge hybrid technology, but the results have been underwhelming. One of the most alarming issues is the malfunctioning hybrid battery system. These problems are not just inconveniences, they pose serious safety risks, including the potential for vehicle fires. Hybrid efficiency significantly drops in colder climates, reducing the vehicle's fuel economy and overall performance. For buyers in regions with harsh winters, this makes the 4xe models an even less practical choice. Number 8. Volvo XC40. At first glance, the XC40 seems like a solid choice. It has the premium brand appeal of Volvo and an aesthetic that screams modern sophistication. However, many owners quickly discover that this SUV's charm fades as its shortcomings come to light. One of the most glaring issues with the XC40 is its lackluster driving experience. For a vehicle in the premium compact SUV market, you'd expect refined handling and a sense of engagement behind the wheel. Instead, the XC40 delivers a ride that feels uninspired and, frankly, subpar. Critics often compare it unfavorably to more agile competitors like the Mazda CX-5 or even the smooth and reliable Lexus NX. The steering lacks precision, the suspension struggles to absorb bumps, and the overall ride quality fails to justify its premium price tag. For drivers seeking a dynamic or even comfortable driving experience, the XC40 is a notable disappointment. Number 7. Mercedes-Benz AMG C63. The latest Mercedes-Benz AMG C63 represents one of the most disappointing transformations in recent automotive history. What was once celebrated for its thunderous V8 and visceral driving experience has morphed into a technological showcase that misses the emotional core of what made the C63 special. Despite impressive performance numbers on paper, this new generation falls short in nearly every area that matters to enthusiasts. The most controversial change is the replacement of the beloved V8 engine with a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder hybrid system. While this powertrain produces an impressive 671 horsepower and 752 pound-foot of torque, it lacks the character, sound, and emotional connection that defined its predecessors. The engine note fails to capture the guttural, soul-stirring soundtrack that C63 owners cherished. It's a clinical solution to a problem that never existed. The complexity of the new powertrain system is staggering, with 3 motors, including the 2-liter Turbo 4, rear electric motor, and front electric motor, a 9-speed multi-clutch transmission, electric turbocharger, and 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery. The new C63 tips the scales at a hefty 4,817 pounds. This added weight noticeably impacts the car's agility and ride quality, especially on uneven roads. The limited electric range of just 6 to 12 miles, with real-world figures closer to 7 to 8, feels like a half-hearted attempt at electrification. The complex powertrain raises concerns about long-term reliability and maintenance costs, and the warranty coverage lags behind competitors. While straight-line speed is impressive, the handling feels more clinical than engaging. The additional weight contributes to pronounced body lean in corners, and the steering, while precise, lacks the feedback enthusiasts expect from a performance car. Even the much-touted drift mode fails to deliver the playful character of previous generations. The integration of regenerative braking has resulted in a strange, uninspiring brake feel that doesn't inspire confidence. Value becomes increasingly questionable when considering the price tag. Starting around $85,000 to $87,000, the C63 easily crosses the $100,000 mark with options, approximately $20,000 more than its predecessor. This premium becomes hard to justify when comparing it to rivals like the BMW M3 and Audi RS5, especially considering the compromised practicality due to the battery pack eating into trunk space. The seats, while comfortable for daily driving, aren't properly designed for track use, and some materials feel surprisingly cheap for a vehicle in this price range. Perhaps most damning is the C63's loss of soul and character. In pursuing technological advancement and impressive performance figures, Mercedes-AMG has created a vehicle that fails to capture the emotional connection that made its predecessor so special. Poor sales and dealer discounts suggest suggests that enthusiasts are voting with their wallets, recognizing that raw performance numbers alone don't make a great performance car. Number 6. Mini Countryman. One of the most striking issues with the Countryman is its departure from the Mini ethos. As the largest Mini ever produced, it has moved away from the compact and quirky design that originally defined the brand. The 2025 model's size puts it in direct competition with vehicles like the Audi Q3 and BMW X1, yet it fails to offer the practicality or refinement to match. The Countryman's interior feels like a step backward, focusing on style over usability. While the cabin initially impresses with its unique design, closer inspection reveals several drawbacks. The use of hard plastics and less durable materials detracts from the premium feel, especially given the Countryman's price point. Combined with questionable reliability and a steep price, the Countryman feels like a missed opportunity rather than a standout choice. Number 5. Kia EV9. The Kia EV9, Kia's ambitious entry into the electric 3-row SUV segment, comes with high expectations but fails to deliver in several key areas. While it offers a modern design and spacious interior, its high price, limited range, and disappointing driving dynamics make it a questionable choice for families or individuals seeking value, practicality, and refinement in an electric SUV. One of the most glaring issues with the EV9 is its steep price tag, starting at around $55,000 and climbing to over $75,000 for higher trims. The EV9 positions itself in the same price range as premium SUVs from brands like Audi, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz. However, it falls short of the luxury, performance, and refinement offered by its competitors. For a brand historically associated with affordability, this pricing feels disproportionate to the vehicle's overall execution. The base model offers a modest 230 miles per charge, while the higher trims extend that to 270 miles, with some real-world tests showing up to 306 miles. While this range may suffice for daily commutes, it poses challenges for long-distance travel, especially for families relying on a 3-row SUV for road trips. Frequent stops for charging, coupled with the current state of charging infrastructure, make the EV9 less convenient than traditional gas-powered or hybrid SUVs. Number 4. GMC Acadia. The GMC Acadia, despite its latest redesign, remains a polarizing choice in the midsize SUV segment. While it has improved in some areas, such as interior space and technology, it still faces several significant drawbacks that make it a less compelling option for many consumers. A troubling history of reliability issues, a high price tag, and a less than stellar driving experience continue to weigh down its appeal. For those considering a used Acadia, the problems with older models warrant extra caution. Transmission and drivetrain issues were particularly common in early generations. While the 2025 model has addressed some past mechanical issues, the lingering doubts about GMC's overall reliability make long-term ownership a gamble. In terms of practicality, the 2024 Acadia offers improvements over previous models, particularly with increased interior space and a usable third row. However, the decision to make captain's chairs standard in the second row limits seating capacity to 7 passengers. Unlike some competitors, the Acadia does not offer a bench seat option, which would allow for 8-passenger seating. For families that prioritize maximum capacity, this limitation can be a deal breaker. Number 3. Chevrolet Silverado. Chevrolet Silverado remains a familiar name in the truck market. Its reliability issues, uninspired interior, less than stellar ride quality, and high cost make it one of the least compelling options for buyers. Competitors like the Ford F-150 and Ram 1500 outshine the Silverado in nearly every key area, offering better reliability, superior comfort, and greater overall value. A major area of concern with the Silverado is its poor reliability record, particularly regarding its engine and transmission. The inclusion of cylinder deactivation technology in recent models designed to improve fuel economy has instead led to significant problems. Lifter failures, engine shutdowns, and even catastrophic engine damage have plagued this system, with many owners facing expensive repairs or complete engine replacements. These issues have prompted class action lawsuits, highlighting the widespread dissatisfaction among Silverado owners. The truck's 10-speed automatic transmission is another weak point, frequently criticized for rough shifting and outright failures. Number 2. Rivian R1S. The Rivian R1S, while lauded for its innovative design and electric powertrain, presents several significant drawbacks that make it a problematic choice. Reliability stands out as a major red flag. Consumer Reports has already placed the Rivian on its list of models to avoid in 2023 2024 due to poor reliability scores. Early owners have reported issues with phantom battery drain, and while Rivian claims to have addressed this through software updates, such problems on a vehicle in this price range are concerning. The 2025 model brings some improvements in battery packaging, but as a relatively new platform, long-term reliability remains a significant unknown. Inside, the R1S's modern minimalist interior might look impressive in photos, but the reality of living with it can be frustrating. Nearly every function requires interacting with the touchscreen, from adjusting seat heaters to changing drive modes or opening the trunk. Even basic tasks like adjusting side view mirrors become a multi-step process through the screen. While the interior design is clean, the materials, including vegan leathers, sometimes feel more plastic than premium, especially given the price point. Speaking of price, the R1S starts around $76,000, but costs quickly balloon past $100,000 with options and higher trims. Adding insult to injury, Rivian requires a paid Connect Plus subscription to access the best tech features. Another hidden cost in an already expensive package. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz GLC. Behind the wheel, the GLC fails to deliver the refined driving experience expected from a Mercedes-Benz. The steering lacks meaningful feedback, and the ride quality proves surprisingly unpolished. Road imperfections make themselves known with surprising intensity, and there's a noticeable hesitation when accelerating that makes the vehicle feel sluggish. When compared to the engaging dynamics of competitors like the BMW X3, the GLC 300 feels notably less sophisticated. Daily usability suffers from numerous design oversights. The wireless charging system proves unreliable, and the automatic camera has an annoying habit of activating at stoplights, obscuring the navigation screen. The adaptive cruise control operates jerkily, and the rear occupant alert system proves overly sensitive. Even small details like the coarse engine note and erratic wiper movement suggest a concerning lack of refinement for a Mercedes-Benz product. We hope this video has armed you with the information you need to steer clear of these duds and invest in something that'll truly serve you well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.